press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, how are you? I hope that all are doing good. So today I am here with you with the new poem. The name of the poem is The Duck and the Kangaroo. Okay? So you know these two animals have some special qualities. You know the kangaroos are famous in Australia. So that is a bird of Australia. And whereas the duck, so which is you find anywhere, you will get it. Okay? But actually, so wherever it is living in a pond, okay, in a lake. So there it is living. So in this poem, excuse me, the poet here is trying to tell the world of two animals, that is two birds. Okay, so where the duck is living in his own life, and the kangaroo how it is living its own life. Okay, and there are two lives are different, so it is not matched to one another. Okay, so it is different from one another. Okay, that lives they are living. So before I am going to move to the poem, let's see about the poet introduction. So here poet is Edward Lear, and he was born on 12th May 1812 in Holloway, United Kingdom, and he was an English artist, painter. Okay, he belongs to England, and also he was an illustrator, and he was a musician and an author and also a poet. Okay, so these are the profession of Edward Lear. And what about his famous works? So his famous works were that is a book of nonsense, that is nonsense songs. Nonsense means not that kind of nonsense, it's not give a proper meaning. Okay, so like that actual meaning, whatever the things are there in his writing, so that is not giving a actual meaning. So his viewpoint is different from that normal meaning. Okay, so that is called nonsense here, songs, and also another one work of his, that is laughable lyric. Okay, so this is about. Okay, so let's see about a poem. Here this poem, it's a kind of a humorous poem, like it's a funny one. So why it is a funny? Because it is consist of a nonsense verse. Okay, so this is about it, and let's see what is the things are there, what is the quality, what are the techniques were used by the poet, that is Edward Lear. Okay, so let's see here. Said the duck to the kangaroo, God gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you, said the duck to the kangaroo. Please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through, and we could go to the tea and the jelly bow lee. O'er the land, over the sea, please take me a ride, oh do, said the duck to the kangaroo. Said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection, which is if you will let me speak so bold. Your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatis, said the kangaroo. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks, which fit my webbed feet neatly. And to keep out the cold, I have bought a clock, and every day a cigar I will smoke, all to follow my own dear true love of kangaroo. Said the kangaroo, I am ready, all in the moonlight pale, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady, and point at the end of my tail. So away they went with hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round, and who so happy, oh who, as the duck and the kangaroo. So these are the This is about a duck and kangaroo. Okay, so it's a kind of a funny one. So let's see how the duck and kangaroo, they both are having a conversation. So what is the conversation? Let's see here. Okay, with the explanation. Said the duck to the kangaroo. So duck is a bird which is living in a pond. It is saying to the kangaroo, it is said to the kangaroo. So what it is saying? Good gracious, oh, how you hop. Oh my God, how a strange thing that you are hopping. Hopping, it's a jumping, you know, the what called the action, what kangaroo, you can pronounce it as a kangaroo or kangaroo, okay. So kangaroo, when it is hop it, so it is jumping, so it gives a strange to this duck, okay, strange thing. While the duck, it is looking at the kangaroo, so it gives a strange to that. So he says that explanation, God gracious, good gracious, oh my God, okay, oh my God, something it is strange. So why it is strange? Let's see. So the duck, which is give an expression of a strange thing, because that duck, it doesn't have that kind of a quality what kangaroo had, okay. Over the fields and the water too. So it is hopping, the kangaroo, it is hopping over the fields, over the grass, okay. So and also on a water, he can hop in a water also, as if you never would stop. So how it is hopping? He can never stop, like it is continuously, it is hopping, it is jumping, okay. So who is praising here? Duck is praising to the kangaroo. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, okay. So the duck is saying to kangaroo, my life, whose life? That is duck's life, it is totally bored. So because it is living in a pond, it is living in a permanent place, okay. So it is not enjoying his life according to the changes of seasons, and it never go wherever he wants, okay. He just wanted to stay there in a pond. Nasty pond means bad one. That place for a duck, that place is a bad for it, okay. So that is the pond, and that duck was having a board in that. And I long to go out in the world beyond. So he is expecting, the duck is expecting that it wanted to go around the world, it wanted to look over the world, okay. It wanted to roam the world, okay, and beyond it. I wish I could hop like you. His desire, long means it is desired, that the duck is having a desire to go around the world, okay. So then, and here it says, I wish I could hop like you. So it is wishing that he could be in a place of kangaroo. So how the kangaroo is hopping means jumping, like that it is also expecting like that, okay. So through that it wanted to go around the world. Said the duck to the kangaroo. Again the same line as repeated in the last line in this paragraph, okay. So that duck is saying to the kangaroo, so its life is boring, so it is a bad place where it is living there, okay, that is in pond. And you can also say that if you see that in this paragraph in a deep thought, the deep thought about a people which lives in a particular place. So they are not allowing themselves to explore themselves, to find out a place which is their likes, okay. So they are living in a one place. So if they are living in one place, then they cannot get a knowledge, okay. So this paragraph is applying to those people, okay. So they wanted some changes. Some people, they want some changes, and they're always traveling and traveling, okay. So they used to travel all over the world, or maybe whichever they have the desires, they can, okay. But some people, they never go it. But this duck is expecting that it is long for that he has to roam the world, that is he has to go all over the world, okay. So this is his desire, and it wanted to be like a kangaroo, okay. So this is about the first paragraph. Let's move on to the second paragraph here, that is second stanza. So please give me a ride on your back. So it is pleasing. So duck is pleasing to the kangaroo that just give me a place on your back, okay. That back I wanted to go on ride with you, okay. Then said the duck to the kangaroo. So it is said that thing to the kangaroo. I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack. So I will be shut I'm not speaking anything. I just only say quack. I'm not going to disturb you. So I wanted to ride on your back. Just I'm having that desire. Okay. So here duck is saying to the kangaroo, I will sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through. So we are going ride for the long day. Okay, we take a time, we take a more time. I'm just sit quiet. I will not talk to you. I just say only one word, that is quack. Okay, so you just take me to the ride. So who is saying that? Duck is saying this. Then, and we would go to the tea and the jelly bowly. Okay, so here the words called tea and jelly bowly. These words are imaginary. Imaginary words. Okay, so here the words of duck. Okay, so words of duck, it is a place of imaginary. So where the duck is having the imaginary in his own world, the places which he could find itself happily and enjoyable and have a lot of fun with the kangaroo. Okay, so that are the places here that words are used by the poem to give imaginary places. Okay, so that duck is having a desire to go to that place which it likes. So whatever it is, that is tea and jelly bowly, and over the land and over the sea. So it wanted to roam, it wanted to go over the lands, it wanted to cross the land, and it wanted to cross the sea. Okay, so he wanted to go ride with the kangaroo. Okay, so this is, please take me ride, oh do. So again it is pleasing to the kangaroo, you just do it for me, you have to do it. Okay, this is that. Said the duck to the kangaroo. So same line is repeating again, that is these words said to the kangaroo. So in this stanza we can understand that. So what is the desire of this duck? So it doesn't want to stay in a particular one place. It wanted some changes in his life. Okay, so that is its desire, that is it is long for. Okay, so it wanted to roam world, and how it wanted to go? So it is saying it is pleasing to the kangaroo. Okay, in the third stanza, it is pleasing to the kangaroo that you take me to the ride. I am not saying anything. I just say only one word, that is quack quack. Okay, that is, and then you take me to the place called tea and jelly bowly. So these are the place of imaginary places which is used by the poet, that is Edward Lear. Okay, and over the land, over the sea, which we can go over we can cross the lands and we can cross the seas. So through that we can go a ride. So this is about. Then let's move on to the third stanza. Said the kangaroo to the duck. Again, so these two stanzas, it's a duck is saying to the kangaroo. Now the turns about a kangaroo. Now the kangaroo is replying to the duck. So what is replying here? This requires some little reflection. So it takes some little reflection. Reflection means thought. So there is a thought arises in his mind. What is the thought? Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. So perhaps when I take you to the ride, so perhaps by that luck, if it is by the God grace, it is a luck, then what happened here? And there seems but one objection. Okay, I am lucky to do that things to you. Okay, and there is an objection from my side. So who is saying here? That is kangaroo is saying to the duck. So what is that objection? Which is, if you will let me speak so bold. Okay, so you have to let me to speak so much of bold words. I can have without hesitation. I wanted to speak with you with a very boldly. Okay, so this one is objection. And your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. So you are in a pond. So here kangaroo is saying to the duck that it is saying all the day, all the night it is in pond. So your feet are wet and cold. Okay, so it is unpleasant thing for me if you sit on my back. Okay, then, and would probably give me a rheumatism. Rheumatism means it's a disease. Rheumatism. Okay, the word called rheumatism. This is a rheumatism. Okay, and in the poem, the poet has used some different word. Okay, like this, rheumatism. Okay, instead of using this word for a disease called rheumatism. Rheumatism, it is a kind of bone disease, okay? So that is called, which have aches and pains in the bones. So that is called rheumatism. Here, the poet has changed with the spelling and spelling because he got a license, poetic license, okay? Here it is called as a poetic license. Poetic license. The poet has got poetic license to change the words according to his desire, okay? Okay, then to get the attention of the reader, for that sake he has got a poetic license to change the words. Actually, this is the right spelling of rheumatism, but he used rheumatis, okay? It's a rheumatis. So this is called, then it's a joint pain. So what is the meaning of this? It's a joint pain. It's a disease of a joint pain. Okay? So here kangaroo is saying to the duck, if you sit on my back, if I take you to the right, when you sit on my back, so your feet are cold and wet. So because of that, I will suffer with this disease, that is joint pain, because of the cold. Okay, because of the cold, I will get joint pain, that is rheumatis. Okay, so it is saying here, said the kangaroo. So these words said the kangaroo. So kangaroo is replying to the duck, yes, I am lucky that I will take you to the ride, but I have some objection. What is that objection? That if you sit on my back with the wet and cold feet, so I will suffer with this. This is called joint pain, that is the rheumatis, that is rheumatism. Okay, so this is about, here in this stanza we understand about the poetic license, how the poet has used his technique, that is poetic license, and he changed the spelling of the actual spelling of the disease he has changed here. This is about the third stanza. So let's see the fourth stanza. So what is here? Said the duck as I sat on the rocks. So now duck is replying to the kangaroo. Said the duck as I sat on the rocks. So I will sit on the rocks. I have thought, oh, that completely. And I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. Yes, before I am going to ride on your back, I will sit on a rock. Okay. Then I have bought, so 4 pairs of socks. That is worsted socks. Worsted means it's not a worst thing. It's the shape of a feet of a duck. Okay, so the duck's feet is like this, no? You can see that. So according to his shape of the feet, it has purchased the 4 pairs of socks. Okay, who? Duck. Now it is replying to the kangaroo, and which fit my web feet neatly. So that socks which is in proper shape, it can easily fit into my feet. Okay, very neatly. So I have taken care of myself. So why I am taking care more about me? Because it should not affect to you. Okay, so this is about that. And to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak. Cloak means shrug to cover. So I should not get cold. For that sake, I have got a cloak. Cloak means a shrug, which is covered. It's a kind of a dress which is used to protect themselves for it is using human beings. Okay, but here it is applying to the animals. Okay, so that's why it is called as a humorous poem. Okay, so here the poet is saying about the duck has purchased, that is bought 4 pairs of socks. Is it that real? No, actually not. Okay, and it is saying also that he has purchased the shrug, which is to cover which he has used for the protection of his body. Okay, for his care. That every day a cigar I will smoke. See here. The duck is saying that I will smoke a cigar for my warmness. I should not get cold. For that sake, I am having all the precautions. I have took all the precautions because of me you should not get the joint pain. Okay, it is saying to the kangaroo. And every day a cigar I will smoke, then all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. So whatever I am following, so it is for my kangaroo. Okay, so because I love kangaroo, so that's why I will have to take up precautions, because it should not hurt because of me. So that's why I have take all the precautions. I am following all the precautions because of the cold. You should not get the disease, or you should not get hurt. So this is the fourth stanza. Let's see the fifth stanza. Said the kangaroo. Now kangaroo is replying to the duck. What is replying here? Yes, I am ready. Yes. Now it is saying, yes, I am ready to take you to the ride, to the world. All in the moonlight pale. Moonlight pale, so which the light which is very weak, okay, at the night. So where the moonlight is very weak, it's not bright light, okay, it's a like a what called a kind of a dim light, okay, which is not so much of brightness, the night. But to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. So you should have to balance me. For that balance, you have to sit steady without moving. You have to sit in a particular place. And quite at the end of my tail. So where you have to sit? You have to sit at the end of my tail. Okay. So you can see the picture, the image of a kangaroo and duck, how they are taking a ride. They are going for a ride. Then this is about, so away they went with the hop and a bond. Okay, so they are going away from that place which roam the world, which go all over the world. So how they are going? So they are going with the bond. Okay, they are having a bond, the friendship bond. Okay, and then hopping. So who is hopping here? Kangaroo is hopping. Now they have understood each other's desires, and here the kangaroo is having a desire to take this duck to the place wherever it likes to go. And the duck is also taking all the precaution that kangaroo is not get hurted. Okay, it is not affected with the disease. So that's why he is telling here, in the love of kangaroo, I will take all the precautions. Okay, so though they both are understood each other's desires, and then they were ready to go for a ride. Okay, then with the hopping, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round. So how many times they are hopped while hopping, and they were roamed all over world 3 times. Okay, so then, and who so happy? Oh, who? So if they were having that desire, whatever they are desiring, whatever they are long for, so they have got. So whoever will not be happy, yes, they are happy now. They both are happy, as the duck and the kangaroo. Okay, here the question mark you can see. Who is happy more? That is, as the duck or the kangaroo. So both are happy. Okay, so the both are happy. Why? Because the kangaroo, it is hopping. It's his job. It's his thing. It's his quality. It's how hopping. But it is not a duck's quality. Okay, it is staying in a pond. But it is longing for a world. It is wanted to take a ride. Okay, but so if that kangaroo, it wanted to help to that duck. So that's why he said that there is an objection. One objection, because of that cold and wet, because of the cold and wet feet, I get disease. That is the joint pain. So that's why you have to, I will do it. It's a lucky that I am helping to you. But because of that, I will be suffering. So then the duck is ready to take all the precaution, whatever it needs, okay, to take away from all the diseases to the kangaroo. Then both are having a understanding about each other, and then they go all over the world for 3 times, and then they are happy. Okay, so this is about a poem. So it was written by Edward Lear. So let's move on to the poetic devices. I hope that you have understood this poem. So let's move to the poetic device. Here the poetic device, the techniques which the poet has used here. So let's see what are the poetic devices. So poetic devices are, the first is rhyme scheme. Okay, so we will discuss about rhyme scheme. So rhyme scheme, if you look over the first stanza. The rhyme schemes, yeah, there is a rhyme scheme. So kangaroo, hop, kangaroo and hop, hop, okay. Then you take a last words like to, then stop, pond, beyond, you, okay. Then kangaroo. There are so many lines are, okay, but we can frame rhyme scheme. So then you describe it as a, then hop as a B, okay. Then two, kangaroo, two, U, A, stop, hop as a B, pond, beyond, C, kangaroo, here, okay, that is A. So here rhyme scheme is AB, CC, AA, okay. So this is the rhyme scheme. What is the rhyme scheme here in this poem? That is AB, CC, AA, okay. So this is about. Here the same pattern, it is not repeating to the second stanza. It is different with the first stanza. So okay, so let's see what the difference here. So the next stanza's difference here. You can take the back, kangaroo, then quack, through, lay, see, do, then kangaroo, okay. So here back as a mentioned as a, then kangaroo as a B, back, quack. So here the rhyme is falling to A. So this line is falling, the rhyme is A, okay. Then through, kangaroo, through, B, okay. Then C, lee, C, it is falling as a C. Then do, kangaroo. So what is falling here? You can see here, kangaroo, through, do, kangaroo. So it is falling as a B. So now in the second stanza's rhyme scheme is AB, CC, BB, okay. So what is it? It is AB, CC, BB. This is the second stanza's rhyme scheme. This is the first stanza rhyme scheme, okay. So it is different from the first stanza because of the rhyme, words which is used, okay. The words which is used, according to that, there are different, the rhyme scheme has formed in the first paragraph and second paragraph. So before you are going to write, you have to check out that you are writing or you are explaining about which stanza. If you are explaining about a third stanza or for second stanza, so you have to look over the words, okay. So which is frame the rhyme scheme. So this is about. So next poetic devices, that is refrain. After rhyme scheme, like the next poetic device is refrain. It means musical rhyming sentence repeatedly used, okay. It means what? Musical rhyming sentence which is repeatedly used. Musical rhyming sentence which is repeatedly used. So the lines are said the duck to the kangaroo in the first stanza, said the duck to the kangaroo, then again it is followed with the same line, that is said the duck to the kangaroo. So it is used the technique called refrain, okay. Then next is anaphora. Anaphora, two lines begin with the same words. Same lines. The two lines begins with, same word. The two lines begins with the same word. Same word, like you can look here, and. So it has not repeated in the first stanza. If you look into second stanza, you can see that said, it is repeated, and is repeated so many times. Okay, so in the first in some of the stanzas in this poem, and word is repeatedly used. Okay, so this is called anaphora. Next is enjambment. So enjambment, there is no punctuation. Okay, so yes, some lines have the punctuations, but some of the lines which is there is no punctuations. The lines called, if you look into the first stanza, okay, there is punctuation used here, but when we check into the second stanza, so here also used so many punctuation. In third stanzas also. Okay, then next is, okay, in the fourth stanza, if you see that how many lines? 8th line, all to follow my own dear truth. That line, there is no punctuation mark. So here it means that, so enjambment technique has used here by the poet. Okay, so this is the thing. And here is also, in the third stanza, if you check that, in the 8th line, and would probably give me the rho matis. So rho, it is ended with the hyphen, then okay, then it is begin with the matis. So there is no punctuations. Okay, so it is a continuation of the word, that what it has used the symbol. The next is alliteration. Alliteration, repetition of consonant sounds repeatedly used in the consecutive words. Okay, in the same line, the same word, same sound word is used repeatedly. Okay, that is called as a alliteration. So let's see which is that alliteration. Like whole world. Okay, so here the word like whole world. But to balance. Okay, so but to balance. So ba is used here in the same line, and the whole world. So in the last line, that is whole world 3 times. Va sound has used. Okay, so this is called as a poetic devices. And another one is poetic license. I told you already that the spelling called rheumatism, it has changed according to the poetic license. So that is called as another poetic technique has used here by the poet. So this is about a poem and its poetic devices and poet introductions, and also the explain about a poem. I hope that you all are understood it, and it's a kind of a funny one, because some of the things which is used, what the human being is also doing. Okay, you can take the example of metaphor. Okay, so then so it is compared to the humans. Okay, which is that? So this is about called a poem, that is The Duck and the Kangaroo. Okay, so I hope that you all are enjoyed it and you are understood it. So we will meet you in the next next class or next vlogs. So till then, all of you stay at home and keep learning. Thank you.